I know that you have a fake PhD? Black matter is not nothing. Black matter is not nothing. Okay, come on, don't be patronizing like that. Fake PhDs.
Don't attack people.
You just did. We see patterns of what? Design.
Yeah.
Design everywhere.
But gravity is not the same.
Wait. Slow down. So when we see design everywhere.
So then you have a designer who's contradicting it.
Excuse me. We're talking about design. When we observe everywhere, from trees that is mentioned, we see design. Everywhere I look, I see design. So what am I going to then deduce and induce from there?
Let me ask you this.
No, can you answer that question first?
If I take your DNA, compare it to that plant, how much similarity would we find? Do you know the answer to that question? It's a scientific question.
Yeah, how much?
Very high. How much is it?
Probably more than 90%.
So
what does that show you?
What's the point there?
Hang on, how much?
He's talking about a designer.
Wait.
Based on what
You've
is
asked
the
a
story
question.
of religion on
Excuse
design?
me.
What is this?
You've asked a question. What's the answer?
I'm imagining it's more than 90%.
No, I don't want your imagination.
He's comparing a tree.
You asked a question.
You're talking
What's the
about
answer?
design. Why would a designer take your DNA or the plant DNA?
You asked, do you know how much similarity of DNA content is between man and trees?
Because you're talking about design.
Excuse me. Did you not ask that question?
You are talking about design. This is a relevant question.
You asked a question. How much similarity is between plants and humans? Right. And I'm asking you, do you know yourself?
Of course I know myself.
How much is it?
I know you.
How much? How much?
I know as much as I want to. What do you mean?
So you asked a question.
This question is me.
You asked a question.
What is the point of yours?
Excuse me.
You
asked a question. Look, you asked.
You're talking about design.
Excuse me.
I'm telling you how.
Did you ask me a question?
No.
Do you know how much similarity between plant and animal DNA is, or human DNA?
95%.
Hang on. Did you ask me that?
Because you were talking about design.
Right. Yes. Did you ask me that?
Yeah, sure.
Good. And what's the answer?
What is the answer?
Well, you didn't want to ask the question.
The answer. Very
What's
simple.
the answer?
I don't know the exact figure.
So he can't help you there. What's the answer?
About 20 to 30% similarity.
So fine. So now his answer is yours is over 95% and yours is 20-30%. Obviously, clearly now levels of your standards are going lower and lower. Never mind.
Why would you?
So fine. So 20-25% similarity proves what?
This brings into question, why would a designer that designed you first?
Firstly, you made a statement that according to scientific knowledge, there's 20-25% similarity between the DNA of humans and plants. Now, what does that prove?
Yeah, what does that?
My next question to you.
The proof is
what does that prove?
Which we came from one cell. All of life came from one cell.
Wait. So if we have 25% similarity between...
You cannot reject.
1 second. I want to see, mashallah, very good. You've got a PhD. That's why I would like to learn from you. So you have 20-25% similarity between two living things, humans and plants.
90% to chimps. What does that do?
Slow down.
I started with a tree because there's a...
Let's start with the tree.
It shows that we're functionally similar.
How does that...
It shows that we're functionally
Hang on.
similar. That's what it shows. That's what it shows. We have the same cellular processes. We have the same biochemistry. What's the point of the
Right. So you made from this you made a statement. It is because we have what? What did you say? Repeat that again, so everyone's on the same page. You deduced from that observation of 20-25% similarity between two species. That means we had what?
The shared origin.
Shared origin. Now, how do you conclude that?
Because we have evidence in the lab. Number one, we can create the same matter in a test tube without anything, without the need anything, without a cause. We can create it in a test tube.
Right.
Number one.
So, number one. Okay, can I write this down because it's important. Because
you can go
no. What you are saying, because I find it very strange that you're speaking very incoherently. 1 second.
Membranes, cells.
Hang on. Relax.
Evolution.
Relax. Are you in a hurry?
I'm not in a hurry.
So now, 20 to 25%.
Write everything. We'll check it.
Oh, that's good.
Similarity between human plus trees, for example, right? It shows we have common.
Life started from one cell. That's what I'm saying.
Common source, you said, right?
Yes.
And I asked you, how do you know that? Your proof was in the labs.
Science.
I want to see whether you're coherent or not, because I can see incoherence already. So, your inference that you made from this observation, you're a scientist, real scientist, PhD holder. You have similarities between DNA contents of trees and humans. Human, there's a share about 20-25% shared DNA. That proves a common source. I said, how so? You said, in our labs, we can do things which shows that you don't need a cause. So we can make things without a cause. How? One moment. You said this is number one, and you're going to go to number two. Before I go to your number two reasons, how does your creating things in a lab without a cause somehow prove your statement that we have common source because of this?
When you look at the material that needed to be present for the creation of life,
no. Your statement that they have common source, you inferred it by your experiments in the lab, in which you are making things without any cause. But I'm saying
things that you are thinking about for a creation.
No, I'm not thinking anything. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying.
We put it together without a cause. They come together.
Right. So now tell me that thing you've made. Okay, give me something that we made in the lab without a cause.
I'm telling you, we've created.
Give me an example.
Nucleic acids. The origin of life, the language of life.
So you've made nucleic acid, right?
Yes.
Okay. Deoxyribose or RNA?
Oh, DNA.
DNA. Okay, DNA. So we made DNA in our labs. Proves that there is a common source.
Not just DNA. When you put everything together.
Excuse me. I'm just taking one example. Slow down.
Of the primordial planet. No, don't tell me to slow down. I get to talk too.
I need to understand what you're saying. I'm not as clever as you are.
That's what you're
right?
Doing. No,
I'm not as clever as you are. I don't have a PhD.
Sure.
So because you have a PhD, you have to. It's obvious, of course. Yeah, it's obvious.
You're just trying to be loud.
Hang on.
To reject.
It's obvious. It's obvious that obviously you're already.
You're scared for a creator not to be. I'm not.
My friend.
I am not scared of that.
Look at the incoherence. If you haven't spotted it already, 20-25% similarity of DNA content between human and plants or trees, right? That shows we have a common source of origin. Now, how do you arrive to that? Your evidence for this is in the lab. Look at the links he's making, right?
Because that's where science is generated.
So let me finish.
Not in a mosque.
Look at the links you're making. In the labs, we see things are made like DNA without a cause. How does making things without a cause come from one second. We don't need to Google. We have periodic papers. How do you make a link between making DNA in a lab proves that it's a common source?
What are you asking again?
You made a link. And evidence to support common source is making things in the lab like DNA without a cause. How does that support that we have a common source between trees and plants?
You're not understanding the process that we have evidence from each step showing that we came from one cell. We were not created as it is.
There's no proof.
We went through millions of years to get here.
That's not what you said. You said it's a common source. Remember what the claim you made?
It's the same life.
No, you said.
Came from
you know what does common source mean?
Came from. You're putting that word saying common source.
You said common source, right?
Life comes from one cell. That's what you're saying.
Like common source?
Came from one cell.
And what's the justification for that statement?
The justification is that we have
what evidence
for it. We have chronological.
So what evidence do we have?
DNA evidence. We have.
Do you want to start with each one? What evidence do you have that life came from one source?
Thousands and thousands of papers that came from scientific labs. So you can reject all that and stick to one.
You are really very difficult. No, you're a very difficult person. I mean,
oh, you're a very difficult person.
I'm asking you. I am saying you're making it difficult for me as a layperson to understand that. Because I asked you for evidence.
Look, using the person that you're not.
No, I asked him.
Around.
No, I
show you.
But you haven't shown me anything. You say.
Of course, you're gonna. Look. What you guys do?
Do you know what you do?
You're afraid of question.
Do you know,
I'm not afraid of.
Do you know what you're doing
it's
yourself?
Okay to believe in a
do you know?
God.
No.
It's okay
Do you know what you're doing? When I question you for evidence, and do you know how you present your evidence?
I present to you step by step, and you say,
What have you given me so far?
You're inferring this, this and that.
No.
And then
These are
you're being
claims.
loud,
These are
and then you
claims.
attack.
You
That's your way.
these are your claims.
That's your way.
Excuse me. These are your
This
claims.
is my claim. This is 97% of all scientists in the world.
Look, you make claims, right? So does many others.
Just make claims. I observe and test it and then run it in the lab. That's what
hang on. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Can you get something from nothing?
Depends on what context you're talking about. Give it enough stuff, yeah. If the right
What is nothing? What is nothing?
It depends what nothing means to you.
Oh, so you don't know what nothing is?
Are you talking about lack of life? What is?
You don't know what nothing is?
I know what nothing is, but I have my
right.
definition.
So.
But your nothing.
How many definitions does nothing have?
Oh, there could be many.
Okay, let me give you a definition. See whether you understand my definition. Absence of everything.
But what is everything?
You, everything that you can perceive.
Just life.
No, that's not life. Is that a life?
That's matter.
Okay, so is that a thing?
Yeah, it is.
Right. Absence of anything, absence of everything. Right. Can you get something from nothing?
You could. Yeah.
Okay. Does nothing have any existence in my definition? No. Nothing doesn't exist. Does it have any energy? No, it doesn't have any energy. Does it have any quanta? Does it have any fluctuation? Does it have any gravity? Does it have any... Nothing.
You're defining black matter.
No, I'm not defining black matter.
Nothing.
Excuse me. So now I know that you have a fake PhD. Black matter is not nothing. Black matter is not nothing.
I'm done talking.
Okay, come on, don't be patronizing like that. Good luck. Go ahead. Fake PhDs.
Don't attack people.
You just did.
Doesn't mean attacking. Dawah doesn't mean attacking.
Sorry. Don't be patronizing.